Well, I have a community that exists worldwide, and so one of the things that I found is that people's opinions on where we are vary a lot and are often according to where they live in the world. Being based in the United States, the majority of my readers are here in the US. And for months now, many of our communities, all of our states have been shut down. And so there's a lot of concern about the reopening process. Will it be done too quickly? Is this the right time to move forward with reopening our restaurants and museums and hotels? This is a concern that people have that maybe we're getting out there a little too quickly.
Forward for boarding. Also like to invite group number one. Please, ladies and gentlemen, have your boarding cards out and available. Group one is now boarding.
And there are many flights that I've been hearing about where, um, they're packed. The planes are full. That is causing a lot of frustration for passengers who are, they're thinking about social distancing and the risks that are out there. And while they'd hope to be on one of those empty flights, they just don't exist anymore. And I think that that's something that we're going to find as this situation progresses and more people decide to get back out there and on the road, whether they're business travelers or vacationers. um, I think that there are going to be a lot of challenges to that social distancing idea. And so if I were flying right now, which I'm not doing, I would be boarding last. um, I would wait to get on the aircraft last. But I would also, I would want a seat assignment that is as far away from other people as possible. I certainly would be wearing a mask out in public and taking that bottle of hand sanitizer with me and trying to stay away from people as much as possible. And so I think it's going to be very difficult for people just in general, who have not had to go to such extremes to protect their health, to be thoughtful about it and vigilant. It's going to be tough. And so that's why I'm staying indoors for now. Well, I'm not sure if I'm going still yet or not. And I think that's one of the things that we have to keep in mind is that no plans in the midst of this crisis um, can be guaranteed. But I am hoping that the Alaska trip will move forward. It's a place that I have not been to yet as a wheelchair user. It's a beautiful place, natural wilderness, and I'm hoping also, perhaps this summer to be able to take advantage of some economic benefits to this coronavirus situation, in the sense that hotels are probably going to be much less expensive than normal during the summertime in Alaska, and different activities maybe will have fewer crowds, and there will be better deals to take advantage of. Absolutely. I think right now, with prices down and so many rooms that are vacant, there is an incredible opportunity here, not only for the consumer but for businesses to capture that customer and establish a relationship. Loyalty is something that is very important to me, and I think in general to the disabled population, wheelchair travelers, so to speak. When we find something that works and meets our needs, we're much more likely to go back to that property. It is going to be quite a bit more difficult now for businesses with depressed demand for travel to lure customers in because there's going to be so much competition that occurs throughout the industry. And I'm hopeful that will result in a lot of benefits for the customer. I think information is critical as well. So, before coronavirus, if you were a hotel that provided no information about your accessible rooms, just because you're cheaper now, doesn't mean that those people are going to come to you, because you have to provide that information in order to play ball with that customer. And so when I'm looking for a hotel, I'm looking for properties that are advertising their accessibility, that make it very clear to me on their websites and in their communication what types of services they have to offer that are accessible to me. And I'm hoping that in this time period where hotels are not busy with a whole lot, there are not very many guests, and they're planning for the recovery. I'm hoping that part of that planning is focused on providing that critical information about accessibility, so that they can open themselves up to a new client base. One story that's really exciting here in the U.S. is that the Salt Lake City International Airport, which is one of the largest airports in the United States and a major hub for Delta Airlines, has rapidly progressed on their plans to redevelop the airport terminals. And part of that, they're becoming much more accessible. And so there's a lot of new investments being made in accessibility that are coming to us sooner as a result of this. So in that sense, I think that there are some hidden positives, silver linings, so to speak, in this. Absolutely. I think that one of the things that we really have to look out for, and one of my fears, is that a lot of the opportunities for low-cost travel may be in danger. A lot of the airlines that we've seen collapsing, Norwegian in particular, which provides this global network of low-cost, bare-bones air travel. They have gone into administration, and so it's going to be very interesting to see how this develops in the long term, and how many of the low-cost focused business models are able to survive. And certainly, like I think everyone else, I hope that all of the options that we had before will still be available to us on the other side of this. When we emerge, I want travel to be open to just as many people as before. I think that I don't need to bore you with all of the wonderful benefits to this internationally connected world, and our ability to see each other, not just over Skype or the like, but actually in person, and to visit one another's countries, and I'm certainly hoping that we'll get back to that soon. I think that people are getting restless, and so they want to travel. And in this time in history, people want to travel internationally and visit other countries more than ever before. And I think part of that is the ease with which it is possible. We have these massive jetliners which are all parked and ready to go. But of course, like we said, it's just a matter of figuring out when is the best time to do that.